Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 107 of the Let's Play World. Today we're going to start off with a few updates, then I'm going to show you some work I did in between episodes. We'll get a couple of projects done today, and then finally I'm going to share some ideas for the future of this channel. So the first update is I extended our storage. I had said I was going to do this last episode, and up here it used to be stone, and I replaced the stone with some barrels, and as you can see, I've started moving some things around. And it's worked out pretty well so far. You know, I was able to get kind of all of my stone in one place, have some extra room for some of our wooden items, some of our dirt and decorative blocks I was able to split off into new storage barrels. So far, so good. A couple other updates. Minecraft Music Part 3 is available on all music streaming services. Whether you use Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, you can find it there. So if you want to listen to some of the music I use in my videos, I'll leave links in the description. Also, the Discord channel has gotten a huge update. Lots of fun stuff going on there. If you haven't joined the Discord, I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. Another thing I want to kind of give you a sneak peek on is over here on the map. Up here on this little peninsula is where I do a lot of my Halloween projects. And right over here on the left, I've got a new project I've been working on. So you can expect a Halloween video once we get a little bit into October. And the final update you already know if you're over on my Discord channel, but if you're not, I'm updating my schedule. So going forward, you can expect a Let's Play episode every Friday, and we'll do a Mindful SMP video every other Monday. Today, I want to start off down here where we were working on our city and doing kind of an old town area. I got a bunch of work done on some of these facades, and I have a project that I want to accomplish today. And I think the rest of the time today we'll spend up in the zoo. We're going to run over to the city, and I'll show you some of the work I've been doing here. We just kind of fly up and over this hill. You'll start to see some new buildings here. So right over here is where I built that clothing store with the prismarine. And now we have a couple of new buildings. So I've got this little building here with some orange accents, mostly stone. Pretty simple, but you know, a couple of accents just to make it look a little bit different from everything else. Started work on this kind of town square area, and I think it looks real cool. It looks very, you know, urban. Mix of stone and stone bricks. Mix of granite and bricks over here, and eventually I think I want to put like a food cart or two in here. I think that would be a real cool kind of use of this space. Got this building here, looks kind of like an old armory or something like that. A little billboard or a graffiti up there. Use some mud bricks, so getting some use out of that block again. A little bit of a decorative top here, again to make it look like an older building. Got this interesting thing here, a little bit more modern on the corner, and there's a couple of doors. I think that's really neat looking. And then this one I used some materials we haven't used yet with the warped stems or warped wood here. A real cool looking building. This one a little bit more modern, but small. And this one a little bit more modern, smaller than some of the skyscrapers, but I think this will be a nice transition. So yeah, this part of town coming together really, really well. So the first thing I want to do today is finish up this space. Well, this turned out pretty great. I like the big face up there. I think that looks really cool. And then we got our little food truck here. Just did a real simple kind of boxy design. And we've got our window here. I put a campfire in there just so it's making some steam or smoke. Not sure what we're selling. Maybe fish? Maybe fish tacos? Hard to say. But it looks pretty great. While I was building, I noticed a villager kind of wander up into this part of the city up here, kind of where that purple building is. So maybe the villagers are starting to explore or expand. But I think what I'm going to do, since we have a little bit more space here, is I'm going to move this barrier. There he is, wandering around. I think we're safe up to here, and we're safe up to here. I haven't done anything inside these buildings yet as far as beds or workstations or even walls, to be completely honest. They are completely just facades. And we'll get to that eventually. Once we get villagers moving further down here, we can figure out if we want to use this for housing or maybe this could all be workstations. We'll figure that out. Speaking of the buildings and the village, this seems to be doing really well over here, and I think what I might do is go through and count how many beds, how many workstations I've got, because I just kind of went through willy-nilly and just placed a bunch of them. But I think we should be a little bit more deliberate so that we can get the villagers to kind of fill up this space and then move down into the city. But I'll work on that between episodes. For now, I want to head over to the zoo and see if we can catch some more mobs. We have come a really long way on our zoo project. We've added quite a lot of mobs already, and we basically have the entire infrastructure in place. One little change, I did add a ceiling on our swamp mobs. I found one of the frogs over in the middle of the city, and apparently they had jumped out and walked off, so I made this a little bit more secure. But we got our cave mobs. We've got our forest mobs over here. And then in this section, we have our plains mobs, where we have our bees, got our chickens, we have our cows and our pigs. We have sheep, and I added a cat. There it is. And this is not a domesticated cat. This is a wild cat. Because we have all those villagers, it spawned over there, and I managed to put a lead on it and just kind of drag it over here. So we have a cat now. The one thing we're missing here is a donkey. And if we can find a donkey, then we've basically completed the plains section of our zoo. I feel like there's a lot of mobs over in this area between the zoo and the jungle. So I'm going to start over here, see if we can just find us a donkey. Well, lots of mobs, but no donkeys. All right, let's take to the air and see if we have any luck spotting a donkey from up here. Lots of horses, lots of cows, no donkeys. So I think I'm going to go through the Nether and check out a different part of the world. Here we go. Now we didn't have to go very far at all. Ooh, rabbits too. Wow. So with the addition of donkeys, I think the plains section is basically done. We have one more kind of open space here where we could possibly extend it or add one more mob here if more mobs are added to the game. But otherwise, we're in really good shape. Since I saw rabbits over here, I'm going to see if I can grab a couple of them. All right, there's one. See if I can pull this off. Yep, nice. All right, here's a couple more. Let's see if I can grab one more. Try this one here. Back, rabbit. Ah, stupid rabbits. This is why you can't find them, is because they kill themselves. Right, one more shot here. There we go. Ooh, now that I got two of them, we can make more once we get back. Well, we got the donkeys, but we weren't so lucky with the rabbits. And that's okay. You know, maybe we can get some carrots and just lure them over or something like that. There's some different things we can do. So to wrap up today, let's take a look at the wall of tasks here. I had said I wanted to work on the zoo in the city, and I feel like we did both of those things. And with the addition of donkeys, that means we are finished with the plains mobs in our zoo. So I had said at the beginning that I was thinking a little bit about the future of this channel. And you know, right now we've got this city project where we've got basically this left to do, and then we have the zoo project. And once we've done that, we have basically finished this area. And once we've finished this area, I want to move on. I want to move on from our base up to the spawn chunks, and I want to finish up the projects that we have started there. We also have this monument where we've never built a prismarine farm, and I want to do that. Once we get those done, we're going to move north up to the mesa. We've never built the mesa outpost, which has been on our wall forever, so we're going to do that. Once we get done with the mesa outpost, we are going to move north up to our lodge, and we're going to start all over again. This little valley right down here, this is going to be base number 2. And that doesn't mean we can't ever come back. You know, there's a lot of resources and things down here that I'm sure we will come back for, but we can kind of start fresh, and we can build a new sheep farm and a new creeper farm and new food farms and things like that. And I just think it'll be really fun to kind of start over again in a new part of the world and explore over there. And so that's the plan. We're going to finish up our city and our zoo, and then we're going to start moving north and finish projects as we go, and then head up here to where the lodge is and build base number 2 right up here. I would love to get your thoughts and your feedback and your ideas. So if you haven't joined my Discord, please do. I've got like a suggestion box over there where you can let me know what you're thinking and we can kind of collaborate on some ideas. I think that'd be super fun. So next episode, we'll work a little bit more on the city and we'll work a little bit more on the zoo and move towards some of these new projects. And that's where I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.